Hey, I wanted to just do this video real quick. Sorry about the deep voice because I'm still not feeling well through winter, man. I'm never this sick. But yeah, it is what it is. But I wanted to do this video real quick because I had a follower on Twitter ask me a question. I thought it was a really good question, and I started typing, and I decided to do a video and answer it on video. So his question was, how do you find paying clients that are actually willing to pay for the work that you do? He was saying that, like myself, he develops a sound around a client. He doesn't just send out beats, which I think is really cool. It really sets you apart from a lot of other producers. Not to say that other just beat makers and people that shop beats are not producers, obviously they are, but the ability to really custom make a sound around an artist is a special skill. So how do you find clients? If I honestly could say, hey, look in the description below and there's a link that you can click on and there are all the paying customers, then I would do that. But you know, there's not. And the truth is, clients are everywhere. I find clients you know, on social media, on Craigslist, you know, Instagram, YouTube, SoundCloud, Music Gateway. I don't know. Like I find clients literally everywhere, especially just word to mouth, like referrals and people that I've actually already worked with and people in my circle. I get clients from there. So it really is about just being able to filter out people who are willing to pay and people who are not willing to pay. So emphasis on paying clients, people that are actually willing to pay for the work that you're doing. So assuming that you are good at what you do, number one, you're actually really good and that people should pay you for your work. Assuming number two, that you are a reliable worker, that you do legitimate business and that you're actually going to do what you say you're going to do. Assuming those things, I would say that you then have to make sure that your transaction process, you've got that down. What I mean by that is a lot of times people, they go looking for clients, and this is in any form of business, they go looking for clients, but they in reality don't actually know what they would do if they had somebody ready to pay them. They don't know what the step is. How do you boom, boom, boom? You got money in your pocket. They have, you know, a track custom made for what they're trying to do, and the job is done. Have a contract, have a production agreement that you standardize and that you send out to every client. What this is going to do is it's going to very quickly filter out people who are serious and people who are not serious. So as soon as you send them an agreement, I'm talking about one that you can submit to a lawyer and have him look at it, and you standardize that. You say, great, I would love to work with you. I'll send you over a production agreement, and you can pay a deposit and we'll get started. Or however it is that you want to do the business. Usually I require a deposit to get started working, like maybe like half or like a third or whatever of what the total agreement is that we work on, or whatever my total fee is going to end up being. And then we get started. So I do that and it really helps me to filter out people who are serious and people who are not serious. And that helps a lot. You can then begin to really go through the cards. The truth is, as an artist, you can spend a lot of time fiddling around with non-opportunities, you know, and kind of people that are trying to scam you and either trick you into doing free work or coerce you into doing free work. And it's obviously not appreciated and it's very frustrating. But assuming that you're somebody that is working on your craft and you're good enough to get paid, then yeah, you need to have a streamlined process. You need to have a contract and a transaction system. So a transaction system meaning like whether it's PayPal or Square or whatever, don't meet people on the street and take cash from anybody. Have some way that they can pay you and you can provide them with a receipt. If you have that kind of like, you know, your business is sexy like that, people are not going to come to you in just like any old way. Even if they do, they're not going to like continue to try to make you do like, you know, something dumb. So, and it's going to make them put a value on your work a lot faster. So streamline your business process and then go through the cards, you know, meet people, then you're able to be like, yeah, I would love to work with you. Here's what I got. And people, what's going to happen is they're not even going to get back to you. They're just going to like go, they're just going to be gone. And they will come back maybe like a year later. I have this happen all the time. People come back a year later, 6 months later, 2 years later, and they're like, hey, I have my deposit. I want to get started, you know? And so when you do that, you start planting seeds. And when you plant enough seeds, eventually stuff starts to sprout later. And then you're like, whoa, I've got all this work. And you're like, wow, that just happened all of a sudden. But if you plant the seeds, it'll grow, you know, later. But it takes time. So yeah, streamline your business process. Go out there and just meet as many people as possible. Let everybody know what you're doing. And eventually people will start being like, yeah, I want to start. I want to get started. So, because it's not even just about whether or not you're good enough. It's also about whether the artist is really ready to create their sound and get out there and start investing in their careers. So you're kind of dealing with two things. So it's important to just get out there and and market yourself to a lot of people. Make sure you have your business process down, sexy, ready to go, and continue to work on your craft and be the best at what you do. So to recap, number one, make sure you have a production agreement. Standardize that. Have a lawyer look over it if you can, or if not, do a whole lot of homework on legalities. Send that out to every client that is interested in working with you. Number two, standardize your transaction process. Make sure that they can pay you. Make sure that you can offer them a receipt and that they can pay you anytime, anywhere, because you don't like to chase money. I don't like chasing money. I hate it. Number three, start meeting as many people as you can. You can set up shop at, soundclick.com and wait for customers to come to you, or you can go to where artists are, which artists are trying to build their following. Hopefully, if they're actually serious about their career, they should already be getting started on building their following. They're going to be on social media. They're going to be on YouTube. They're going to be on SoundCloud.com. They're going to be on Reverb Nation, wherever music artists are, and just and trying to reach their audience. You drop them a line and say, hey, if you need production, like, let's work, like, hit me up. So you can set up shop, or you can go to them. I would suggest going to them and meet as many people as possible. And what you're doing is you're planting seeds, i.e. you're starting conversations, and those conversations can result in doing legitimate work, generating money, and doing what you love full time. Yes, because that's the best, doing what we love full time. Yeah, start those conversations and make sure that your business game is sexy and ready to go. Because what that's going to do, getting your business where it needs to be, is going to allow you to go forward full-fledged and not be afraid to meet as many people as possible. Because you know what you have. You know that you're working on your craft. You know you run a legitimate business, and so you're ready to go out and meet your customers. So good luck, and let's keep in touch. And I love the questions. If I can help in any other way, let me know.